here with the maven of love herself, the startup princess, Miss Lori Cheek of Cheek. Lori, welcome back to Stardo. How are you?
Thank you. It's my favorite holiday. I'm very happy today. Spread the word of love all over New York City.
This really is a day of love, and that's what we wanted to talk about. Is in startups, we get to deal with love and passion all the time. And you've got a particularly interesting story because you're so passionate about your business idea. You actually left a fairly lucrative career as an architect, right?
It's true.
Tell us a little bit about your background.
So I've been in New York City for 18 years. 15 of those years I was practicing architecture. And about 4 years ago, I went out to dinner with an architect friend of mine, and as he and I were leaving the restaurant, he'd taken his business card and he jotted on the back of it, "Want to have dinner?" And as he and I were leaving, he slid that to another attractive woman in the restaurant, and I remember looking back with full-on intrigue about this handsome man dropping this card and with an invite for a date on it. And minus the personal information on the card, I thought that was a genius way to kind of pick up on a woman. So the next day, I started brainstorming about how to build this business. And what on earth am I going to call it? I wanted it to be like you've been tagged or loved or something. And my last name, Cheek, came in handy finally after...
After all this time, you finally got a way to be cheeked. I love it. Talk a little bit about advice for other startups and people that come to you with ideas and concepts for new businesses. And starting a company isn't easy, but you're a great example of somebody whose passion and energy has kind of helped create something from nothing. You've got a real company now based on just your passion for connecting people via the cheeked.
Well, I think my solution to this kind of offline dating interaction came in a very timely manner because it was in the middle of this crux of where everyone's stuck to their iPhones. And with this, it's kind of like taking technology aside for a minute and actually making eye contact with an intriguing stranger and handing them a love note, if you will, and hopefully you meet online again. So yeah, I mean, I really believed in my idea. I went full force with it and left my career. I'm no longer building structures. I'm now building relationships, and it's a lot more fun.
It is more fun. What advice would you give to somebody who's got a brilliant idea that they're passionate about and they really, really want to do it? What advice would you give them?
So, when I started this business, I was like, oh, this website's going to cost $20,000 and I'm going to be a gazillionaire in about 3 weeks. So I really had no idea what I was getting myself into. And 3 years later, I would say the most important thing you can do is surround yourself by a talented and trusted team. And a good thing would be to have a technical person on your team, which I still don't have. Looking for, anyone. Just bulldoze forward and don't look back. You have to be completely committed to be successful, and I'm still working at it.
Love and startups. I love it. Miss Lori Cheek, thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate it. Tell us one piece of advice for any dorky startup person out there who wants to go out and talk to his Valentine today.
Well, if I could do a little bit of this and get a deck of these cards in your hand, this would be a nice way. But in the meantime, I think making eye contact and smiling at someone and just saying hello is a nice start.
It's a great way to start. Miss Lori Cheek, give us your website.
Cheeked.com. That's CHEEKD.com.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Lori.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Show us your...
Oh, I hope you get shot by one of these today.
That's brilliant.